Hey guys, it's Calvin, your favorite Simplero CEO, with this month's installment of the state of the Simpleros. I'm here to tell you what's going on at Simplero, what we've been doing for the past month or so, and what we plan on doing over the next month or so. So it's been another month of tons of travel for me, but it's well worth it. So we have put together our dream team of both everybody on the actual team and also our consultants. Really back in the swing of things, and I'm really excited. So as I told you guys 2 months ago, we're on this very ambitious growth plan. We want to 10x Simplero in a year, and it's kind of like we're thinking, you know what, 10xing in a year is not nearly hard enough. So let me tie my hands behind my back for the first couple of months, or like a month and a half, just to make it a little harder, right? So I basically kicked off our process here by going on vacation for a couple of weeks, and then with my kids, and then I actually had another week of vacation with my wife, which we sorely needed. We haven't had a vacation, just the two of us, for at least a couple of years, and both been working super hard. So it was very needed and super helpful. It, on a personal note, I'll just share that it made me revisit my approach to my health, my diet. I made a video about that on Facebook the other day. Dramatic change there, really helpful. Some deep mindset shifts around, not working to get lean and fit and all that kind of thing, but really working to make sure that my body and my organs, my liver and everything else is just in tip-top shape. So that's my focus now. I've always had a tendency to overeat, and I've broken that habit now just by changing some beliefs and some mindset. So that's really big for me. We also decided on that trip that Nomi is going to step in way more. So Nomi, she's my wife, apart from being my wife and a tremendously gifted dancer. She does Latin American ballroom dancing, competitive. She's also an incredibly gifted coach, mentor, and body therapist. So she's going to be working way more with the team, both team members individually and group dynamics, to really help us on our goal, on our mission of 10xing the company. So that's incredibly useful, and that is starting to make some real changes around the team, which so far is really amazing. Everybody seems to be really pleased with where that's going. Last month, I told you guys that we were going to do an information-based strategy. So basically running ads to selling information. We still want to do that, but what we realized was that it's going to be quite a lot of work to put together all of that information. And so rather than do that, we're just going to do a webinar strategy. So we're going to be driving traffic to a webinar where we then want to pitch people on signing up for an annual, which is then gonna help us pay for pay for the ads and more, so that we make money every time we acquire new customers, right? So normally in SaaS thinking, you think, okay, we spend $200 to acquire a customer, or $500 to acquire a customer, right? And then we make that back over 6-8 months. Well, we're not VC funded or anything like that, so we don't have that luxury. We can't lose money for 6 months while we wait for that money to come back in. It's not an option for us. So we have to figure out a way to spend $1 in ads today and make $3 back right away, right? So that we can keep putting more money into ads once we figure that strategy out. So that's what we're doing. We're doing it with webinars. There's going to be some content, some information in the form of bonuses and stuff. And for you existing customers, I'm pretty sure that we'll make that available to you guys as well, to the extent that makes sense. So the idea is to grow this company dramatically. We're not doing that because we want to make a truckload of money, although we do love money. For sure, and everything it can do for us. We want to do it because in order to really build Simplero into being the product, into being what we envision it being, we have to we simply have to have more resources. We need more money, more customers coming in so that we can hire more developers and more other team members and provide a much, much better product and service. So that's the strategy, and that's why we're doing it. And the other piece is impact. We are doing Simplero. The reason I started it was I wanted to teach spirituality to other entrepreneurs. And by that, I mean, knowing your life purpose. I mean, not being in the past, not being stuck in the future, but like really being in the present moment, knowing that ultimately none of this stuff matters. Like the money and the material stuff and all these things, they don't fundamentally matter at all. Like, right? Like it doesn't make us any happier to have, X amount of money. We all know that. And so it's really about, using our business as a way to expand in love. So just like if it allows us to love more each day, it allows you to love more each day, it allows your customers to just love more every day, love themselves more, right? And every time we learn something, our mind shifts, something starts to shift up in our heads. And the more that we do that, the more fluid we become in our heads, and the more we're able to just expand and have happiness and success and love and joy and abundance and all those things. And that's what we're doing. We want to have a way bigger impact because we know that so many people benefit from this. Both you as our customers who are able to create the life that you were meant to create, like do the work that you were meant to do, and create this freedom around for yourself, time freedom, location freedom, the freedom to work with exactly who you want to work with and make the money that you want to make and have the impact that you want to have with the most ease possible, right? And your customers, to have them grow and transform. So that's why we're doing all of this stuff. Everything that we talk about is going to be centered around the idea of integration. Simplero is an integrated software platform for your online information business, right? It's, people tell you, oh, you need like best of breed and you need all these different tools and put them together. And like before you've even begun, first of all, your monthly bill is like ridiculous. And second, like it's all this work and you have to figure out how to put it together and like what if something breaks and all the connections. It's just complicated, right? So we wanted to make that easy, simple, integrated. One simple integrated system. And that's the message that we're going out with in our ads and our webinars. And it's really the honest to God truth, right? It was when I created this, I was teaching spirituality to entrepreneurs. And I'm using one thing for emails and another thing for membership sites and the third thing for the shopping cart. And it was just an awkward experience for my customers. It was annoying and frustrating for me. I was like, ugh, we can do better. And like, we really want that, soup to nuts, integrated platform. And so that's what I set out to create. And that's what we have. That's what we've created. And it's what we hear from customers over and over again is like, it was just so complicated. And especially the thing that most people are not aware of is like you lose out on the ability to capture on opportunity and inspiration, right? When you suddenly have that inspiration to, I could do this campaign, I could do that launch. And then like if things are too complicated, you just don't do it. You don't get it done because it's just, it's too complicated, right? So, that's why we won't that's why we big believers in an integrated solution. We're going to be doing tons of storytelling on these webinars and in general, which is really cool. I was at Camp Maverick last week, which is a camp of like 100 and odd entrepreneurs, which was super fun and exciting. I kind of didn't want to go because I just want to be back home and focus on work, right? But this is when Camp Maverick is, and I hadn't been to before, and everybody said I should go, and I'm so happy I went. And I thought I was going to have 2 consecutive weeks back at home right now before going to Denmark at the end of the month, but now I just booked a flight for Nashville because we are signing up with a guy in Nashville to help us as a consultant. And so I'm going to go out and spend a day with him and Steven on some more strategy work there next week. So always always willing to travel for work. I counted I'll be doing like 173 hours of flight time this year alone, and that's just the actual time flying. We're not talking sitting on the tarmac or boarding or traveling to and from the airport or any of that stuff. 173 hours of travel of flight time this year. It's pretty insane. But something that happened at Camp Maverick was that a guy named Joe DeSana was there. I've never heard of Joe before, but he's created something he calls the Spartan Race and Spartan this and Spartan that, which is all about like challenging ourselves to do more, which I love. Like we can do so much more than we think we can, like physical exercise, grit type stuff. But in any area of life, we can do so much more than we think. We've gotten lazy and lazy and complacent as a society. And I'm super totally on board with what he's talking about. But one thing he said that really stuck with me, which is he told the story of the 2000 British Olympic rowing team, the 8-person boat. I don't know. It probably has a name. I don't know what it is. But so the story is that Britain had never won that category. And one of the reasons why is that every other country, so there's a 2-person boat, there's a 4-person boat, and there's the 8-person boat. The 8-person boat is the one that has the capacity to go the fastest. And every other country would put their best people in the 8-person boat. And then the next tier would go in the 6-person boat. And then the next tier would go in the 4-person boat. And then the 2-person boat. The Brits did it in reverse. So the best people in the 2-person, then 4-person, then 6-person, which is 8-person, which is not a bad strategy because like then you can win in that category. But what it meant is that the 8-person category like had never won, right? Because they were just always the worst people and they couldn't compete against the best people from every other country. But this year they decided, fuck it, we're gonna win, and so they just put everything towards winning that race, and they did. And one thing, the key question that they kept asking themselves every time with everything was, will this make the boat go faster? Will this make the boat go faster, right? So if you're thinking of going out and partying and getting drunk and stuff, will this make the boat go faster? Probably not. All right, maybe we shouldn't be doing that, okay? Or you're like, I want to get an extra hour of sleep every night. Will this make the boat go faster? It probably will. Like being well rested and like giving the body time to regenerate and rebuild after your exercise, very, very important. All right, let's do that, right? Everything through that filter of, will this make the boat go faster? So that's what we're doing here now at Simplero, is like looking at everything I'm personally doing with everything in my life, and we're doing it as a company. Will this make the boat go faster? Meaning, will this make Simplero grow faster? If not, it's off the table for now, right? We're putting everything behind making Simplero grow faster. And we do that, again, not for ego reasons, but to be the best possible stewards of this community, of this product as we can. In order to do that, we really need to grow it. We need those resources so that we can make it better and better and better. So will it make the boat go faster? I would recommend that you adopt that. So I talked to him the first night of camp. Dinner was running late because some people were coming in late, and then basically we were talking about like around 10 p.m. and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to bed. There's some kind of pool party planned and all that stuff. I'm just gonna go to bed and go to sleep because my boat is. He didn't use that term, but he's like, going to that party and mingling with people and getting drunk does not serve me in my goals and what I want to achieve. And I'm like, you know what? It wouldn't serve me either. So I just went to bed as well. So I was in bed by like 10 p.m. Pretty much every night there. and let the other people do the partying. Then I'd get up super early and do my workout because that's important to me. And then I'd, have plenty of energy and mental capacity to talk to everybody and have a really meaningful, deep conversation. So that's what I focused on doing. And a huge thing that landed for me actually on that camp was seeing my work and everything I've done, and then like having all these conversations with all these different entrepreneurs of wide gamut, right, from solo entrepreneurs and coaches and people like you guys on Simplero to like people on with like private jets and houses on private islands and things like that. And I could just see that this approach to entrepreneurship that I have kind of been gestating over the past couple of months is right on the mark, and I landed a name for it, which is integrated entrepreneurship. And so the idea is we integrate our business and our health and our relationships and our creativity. We need all of those 4 areas, right? There's so many people that have tremendous financial success, but their health is, crap, or their relationship, their love life, their marriage or whatever is like not really satisfying or nourishing for them, or they're not really expressing their deepest creative side, their creativity, right? Which is no good. Or they're really expressing themselves creatively, but the business is not working or whatever it is. And we really need all 4, right? You can't neglect any of these areas and still live a fulfilled life. You need all 4. So that's one part of the integrated entrepreneurship piece. The other is the masculine side and the feminine side, right? We need, if you go all masculine, you get all the results, but you're going to feel empty inside and like lack of meaning, and it doesn't fill you up. But if you go all feminine, you're going to be like very in tune with the universe and spirit and your purpose and intuition and all the feeling stuff, etc. But you're not going to have that follow through, and you're not going to have the results. We need both together, integrated, right? The spiritual side and the entrepreneurial, like the making shit happen side. We need that integrated. So integrated entrepreneurship, and it fits perfectly with our messaging around Simplero of the integrated software. So that's what we're running with, and we should have our first webinar going in a little under a week on Thursday next week. And I'm super, super excited. I'm super pumped to get going with the strategy. We got some good people, really, really great people on the ad side helping us run ads. And we've got a great, someone really, really, really great that helps us with messaging and other strategy stuff, and very experienced in the webinar stuff. And of course, every single thing that we learned from doing this, we're going to go and teach you guys. So as soon as we know, like, boom, this is working, we're going to go and share it with you guys so you know exactly what's happening, and so you can steal our strategy and do the same in your business. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much, guys. As always, I love you. Yeah, go make your damn boat go faster. Oh, fun little story. Nomi and I went to a show the other night, and we were, like, to be honest, a little bit bored at most of it. And so Nomi was kind of started signaling like rowing, but like rowing backwards. She was like, "Oh fuck, this is making the boat go backwards." And so we had a real blast laughing over that together, miming. We were not allowed to speak, so we were just miming. Really fun. Go make your boat go faster, and have a really, really fantastic Friday. I love you so much. I love this company, this product, this community of people around us just so much. It's really, really amazing to see how it's all growing and evolving and coming together. So super excited. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Bye.